7 things I would tell my 20-year-old self. So hindsight is 20/20, and there are certainly things I wish that I knew when I was 20 years old. I also asked my community about what they wish they had known, and I'll share some of those highlights with you as well. So here are my top 7. 20-somethings, listen up. So you're an adult, but you still have a lot to learn. My life experience up until 20 was about the size of my pinky. I was always responsible and disciplined, but I still had a lot to learn about other people's experiences, perspectives, and takes on the world. So I would suggest spend time around people who are different than you. Read. Seek to understand other opinions. You don't necessarily have to change your beliefs, but this will help you understand the world from a more holistic perspective and will make you a better, empathetic, and more informed person. Pro tip, if you don't know how to do something, Google it. Also, I know it's convenient for your mom to make your dentist appointments, but just put it on the calendar and do it yourself. 2 is you are never too old to learn new things. So piggybacking off my first point where I felt like I knew a lot, there were also times where I felt like I was already too late. So other people had already been playing their instruments or speaking that language or doing whatever skill for so many years. I felt like I was already too far behind to be good at something new. This is something that I want to take with me for the rest of my life. I want to be a lifelong learner and always challenge myself to try new things and not be afraid to be a beginner. Don't worry about the next step in life. Create the life that you want. Now, when I say next step, I mean things that are traditionally characterized as the next step in life. This could be anything from dating to marriage, house, job, kids, whatever you feel is expected of you as the next step. So instead, think about what do you actually want for your life. I spent so much of my life trying to make perfectly calculated decisions based on what I thought I should be doing, but life can't be perfectly calculated. It doesn't matter what other people think. Stop comparing because it really doesn't matter what anyone else is choosing to do. All that matters is that you're making decisions that will allow you to move towards the life that you want. Next is learn about finance. It's easier to be informed than to ignore it. Things like taxes are confusing, so just take a little time to learn the basics and find people who can help you get some simple things into place that will really set you up for success. It doesn't have to be complicated or scary. Ramit Sethi is a great resource to learn on that. Next, chill, babe. The thing that feels so stressful right now most likely won't matter next year, next week, or even tomorrow. You don't have to be perfect. This too shall pass. You are so much more than what you eat, and also healthy habits are important. It's important to establish healthy habits, and so many people responded saying they wish they had started working out and making mindful food choices earlier in life. There's a wide spectrum of experience when it comes to nutrition and exercise, and a lot of times in early adulthood, that's where we start learning some negative habits that impact us both physically and mentally. So creating sustainable lifestyle changes is important. It's easy to get caught up in the glitz and the glam of fads, but they truly do not last. Some people are at one end of the spectrum trying to be perfect with their nutrition, which creates problems, while others don't even think about their nutrition, which creates different problems. So health and balance can coexist, and it takes time, effort, and grace to create that for yourself, and it is worth it. And last but not least, it costs $0 to be a nice person. So a friend said this one to me the other day, and it had to make my list. It's really not hard to be a nice person, so be one of the good ones. So those are some of my top pieces of advice, and I got a lot of great replies from the community as well. So here are a few. You'll waste more time not making any decisions than you will by making the wrong one. Next is don't mind the opinions of those who in the end don't matter. Be true to yourself. Very similar, don't worry about what others think. If it does not feel right, it's not right. Live in the moment and smile more. The future will always be waiting for you. You don't have to have it all figured out. Listen to the people you trust who came before you. And here are 2 bonus tips that were left by multiple people, and I will leave you with these. Don't fake bake. And stop mixing boozes in the same night. Part of life is learning and growing, so there's never any time wasted. Just use your experience to always grow into the person who you are meant to be. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you got something from it. Now, make sure you subscribe to my channel by clicking here so you don't miss any of my weekly videos, and make sure you check out my last video right here. So all that to say, it's so great to be able to look back at the past and see all the things that we can learn from it. And don't worry about it. If you feel like you've made mistakes, just use it as an opportunity to learn. And if you are approaching 20 or in your 20s, I hope that you'll take this information and really take it to heart, because you are worth it, and it's not too late. It's never too late, but it's great to get into healthy habits and learning that grace for yourself right now.